Hello everyone, it's Robin, and if you're new to my channel, welcome. Today I made perfect peach pies. I decided to make 5-inch mini ones. They're delicious and a lot of fun to make. I'll show you how to make them. In a large bowl, put all-purpose flour, white sugar, and salt. Give that a good mix. Take frozen butter and start to grate that with a box grater or use a food processor if you like to. Then give that a good mix. You're going to gradually stir in ice cold water up to about a half a cup. And then you just want to mix everything together until it holds together. If you pinch it or squeeze it, it'll still be crumbly. Tip it out onto a tea towel or onto a surface or plastic wrap. You want to form it into a very highly condensed ball. I like to make a beggar's purse to do that. It's one of the best ways to condense it into a ball and also get a little exercise in the meantime. Wonderful. And now use your best spatial awareness technique to cut it in half. And let's see how well I did. I got my scale. You don't have to weigh it, but I was just a little bit off. Good enough. There we go. Form it back into a ball, press it down into a disc, wrap it up in plastic wrap. And you want to store your dough for at least 30 minutes or overnight. In my case, I made my pie the next day. So here we have some tapioca, and I'm going to grind that up. And as you can see, it's commonly used for pie. That helps so the crust does not get soggy. Do not want a soggy mess in your pie. Otherwise, it just runs all over everywhere. In a medium bowl, place white sugar, brown sugar, cinnamon, nutmeg, salt, and that tapioca. Give it a good mix and set that aside. Onto the peaches. Now you can try to peel them any way you can. This method doesn't work out for me, so this is the method that I choose. Just make an X in the bottom and continue with all the peaches. And on my stove top, I have some water boiling, big pot of water, and I just poach the peaches for exactly 2 minutes, and then they go into an ice bath for 2 minutes. And that is just enough so you can peel them. And you can see it should come off like so. Some bigger sheets, some smaller sheets, but it works. Moving on, just slice them in half, and they are slippery suckers, so be careful. After you have them in half, then you want to make your slices. So you're going to come out with about 6.5 to 7 cups sliced. Take juice of half a lemon, splash that on top, get everything a good mix. In goes the brown sugar mixture, and set that aside. Now let's go get that dough, wake it up, and from the center to the edges, you start to roll it out. Center to the edge, going for a 12-inch in diameter circle. You have the option to make mini pies or a deep dish pie with this recipe. My husband and I discussed we wanted mini pies. We wanted to freeze several, give one away, because we tend to cut a pie, one of these mini ones, in half and share it with a scoop of ice cream. It's perfect for us. See how thick that crust is? I love it. The crust tastes just as good or maybe even better than the filling. That's another advantage to the mini pie. is it seems like you get more crust per serving. I pop those in the refrigerator while I get the next dough ready. And you do the same thing. Wake it up and start to roll it out. Cut the 4 tops out any way you can. There might be a special technique for this, but I just do it this way. And then start to fill up your pie molds. Or if you're doing just one pie, fill up the 1 pie mold. I had some left over, so I have my options. I did make a turnover for my husband, and I'm going to put that in the freezer. So this made 4 mini pies with the extra scraps. I made a turnover for my husband so that he didn't have to wait until the next day to eat his peach pie. And I didn't take a picture of that turnover, but it looked great and it turned out great. So don't be too aggressive with your trimming, because you want to be able to tuck a bunch of crust underneath there, a bunch of dough. So you see I'm just tucking underneath as I go around. You can crimp the edges with a knuckle and your fingers, or today this dough was working well for me, so I just used my fork there to crimp it. Cut your air vents in, about 3 or 4. Now I'm going to place the little pies on a sheet pan covered in parchment paper so I don't have any accidents in my oven. Take egg wash and sprinkle or put that on top. Any sugar that you want to put on top, just sprinkle sugar. And then refrigerate the pies while you preheat your oven. You're going to bake for 20 minutes at 425 and then lower the heat to 375 for another 25, 30, 40 minutes. You know, with mini pies, you have to keep your eye on it. And with any pie, you have to keep your eye on it. So that's the best gauge. And there you go. This is the next day. And they were delicious. The turnover was delicious last night. You see the bottom crust is cooked perfectly. Didn't have to par bake it. I love that. You can see the fresh summer peaches. I could smell the fragrant spices. That crust is delicious. I hope you give it a try. Let me know if you do. If you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe. It really does help.